Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining us every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. And thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do hit the like button, share it with friends, and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. Jaydev joins me in this session. Welcome, Jaydev.
Good evening to all the viewers, and once again, a very happy Diwali to you and your loved ones.
Yeah. So, friends, a mix of news that we have today. One which is not so nice to hear, but yet there may be something else in behind this decision. So let me tell you about whether if this news is true or not. I don't know. Anyway, I have qualms in believing it because we've been fighting for Sameerwankhede since a long time. And now we have a lot of friendly media like News 18 and India Today all saying that Sameerwankhede has been removed as probe officer from Aryan Khan case and a sit has been formed. Now here, Sameer has clarified saying that it is not removed. He has asked for a transfer and that SIT should look into it and CBI should also probe the case. You know how friendly media twists things to suit their bosses. It has been done for a long time, whether it is Riya Chakrabarti's whitewashing case, whether it's Aryan Khan's whitewashing case. These people are just bent to paint those who pay them into white characters without any flaws. Now the NCB director, zonal director Sameerwankhede, who's facing a lot of allegations, ranging from bribery, extortion, and questions of his extravagant personal lifestyle, and also attacks on his family, has been reportedly removed. Now, these are the words of News 18, please remember. So they know how to whitewash things, okay? Has been reportedly removed from his role as the lead investigator in the Mumbai drugs bust case, in which Bollywood superstar Shah Rukh Khan's son, Aryan Khan, is an accused. When contacted, Wankhede seemed to downplay the development and said that the move was in line with his demand for central probe in the Mumbai drug bust case. I'd also filed a petition asking that either a central agency or the NCB's Delhi unit should take over the probe into the Aryan Khan case and that Nawab Malik case, he told the media. According to the information accessed exclusively by this friendly media, said that in order taking Wankhede of the probe has already been issued and that the NCB Director General has also decided to transfer 4 other high-profile cases from the anti-drug agency's Mumbai zone to the central team. The IRS officer is in the eye of a political storm after NCP leader and Maharashtra Minister Nawab Malik accused him of forging documents to get a government job. Lying about his religion and arresting people in bogus drugs case is what they said. Wankhede has denied all the allegations. So told the friendly media that a SIT has been formed to oversee the transferred cases. These 5 cases are likely to have national and international ramifications and may involve interstate linkages, said an official. Now, before I go on, Jaydev, I'd just like to tell friends, since this week is all about Diwali, I want to congratulate all the people who celebrated Diwali with a dhamaka. That means with lots of firecrackers and lights and snacks and everything. And they did not bother about what were the rules laid down by the leftists, and the people sitting in judicial. Okay. So one thing is very clear. A few days of bursting crackers is not going to pollute a city or a state. So if they and all these people really feel so bad about it, then it's better that every time a superstar's son comes out of jail, they should not burst crackers. Or if it is Eid or if it is Christmas, we do not want to see crackers around. If there's a rule, it has to be a rule for everybody. Otherwise, it should not be for a certain section of people who are very kind and keep quiet. These very same people are now more open and they will enjoy themselves absolutely without any qualms. So this is what this time's Diwali has proved. Even as I speak to you, I can hear a whole host of firecrackers being burst by all my neighbors and their children. So I'm very happy about it. Congratulations. Yes. Back to you.
Yeah, it was very funny to see Disha Pattani tweet that the animals remain safe during Diwali. when she herself consumes a lot of non-vegetarian food, and she never tweets anything against Eid or any other like Christmas or anything. So it's kind of funny that all these Bollywood people always,
to sort of show her place. What they did was, Twitterati is a very humorous
yes,
platform. So people showed her, sitting in front of a table with lots of chicken and meat and everything, and half the food has been wasted. Now she says, "Be kind to animals." She's
yes,
eaten half the animals on her table, you know, and she's talking about that. So this is the kind of hypocrisy that Bollywood has. Another thing that I would also like to say, Jaydev, is that, see, look at the hypocrisy of what Vivek Ranjan Agnihotri spoke of.
yeah.
He
I'll
said,
just share the screen. Oh, just one second.
yeah, just one second, hold on, let me just pull
Yeah.
it up. One second.
No, I have the Twitter.
Oh,
This
you have
thing.
it. Yeah, yeah,
You
please.
need not pull up.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Is it visible?
We need to just make it big. No, before that, there's another tweet also before that, where
Yeah.
he says that Sooryavanshi has become a super hit, and he congratulates, the director. Yeah, so let's just go to that tweet.
Yeah.
Before that, yeah,
This one,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
should be. Yeah, yeah. So if you can just read it out, Jade.
Yeah, he says that Suryavanshi has taken a bumper opening. Cinema is back. The livelihood of millions of poor people dependent on cinema is now ensured. Thanks and congrats, Rohit Shetty, for waiting patiently and joining us in our fight to revive cinema. Courage never fails. So that's what Vivek Agnihotri tweeted. And in response to that, what you tweeted is that poor Vivek, ratings are shown it's a big flop. Thanks to the public's resolute boycott Bollywood, you cannot change reality with your tweets. Black cat in the room. So I think you have a
A
GIF
double faced, yeah, yeah, double
of a
faced cat. Yeah. So then again, he responds to it. If you can go to that tweet.
yeah.
Yeah, the next one. So he says, "Miss Genius." Yeah, if you can read that.
Yeah, so in response to that, he has tweeted that Miss Genius box office doesn't work with ratings or Twitter trends. Also, what kind of a cruel human being you are that for you want millions of poor people to starve? That's inhuman and shameful.
Yeah, and you can just read our response to that. Yeah.
Yeah, if the this is what you tweeted, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So if the bosses of millions of people you suggest are starving, uh, what's this HD? I think you
Yeah,
misspelled. Yeah,
yeah. Are
eat
starving
twice
because
before
of
dealing with,
yeah.
yeah, with drugs,
But then you
sexual
should have thought
exploitation.
twice, because they
Yeah,
should have thought twice before dealing with drugs, sexual exploitation, trafficking of people, of women and children, money laundering, adrenochrome, organ trade, and had devoted this to pure cinema. I can understand. Box office doesn't work on your tweets either, Mister.
yeah, yeah,
So this was the kind of response that we had, uh, given to Vivek. So one thing is, it's not only Vivek Agnihotri who's doing this, but it's also many other people who are trying to give it what you call a silicon push. Why I'm saying silicon push is because everybody, I just recently noticed, and Suryavanshi, there were some scenes, that some photo shoots of this Katrina Kaif with Akshay, Canadian Kumar. And if you look at Katrina Kaif's lips, you will be surprised, because she's put so much of Botox in her lips that it looks like, around, big worms are there on her lips. So I would say the silicon whitewashing of Bollywood is happening by its own people, the same people who had cashed in on SSR's movement, to make money on their biopics, like Vivek Agnihotri and also Kangana, who wanted hits for her, for her movies. But now that they don't have any movies in hand, now they are licking the boots of Bollywood. Yeah, back to you.
yeah. So Aryan Khan, now that he's back with Shah Rukh Khan, and they reunited. He marked his appearance at the NCB office, uh, following some of the conditions which the bail was granted by the Bombay High Court, that he has to, make his weekly presence felt in the NCB office. So he reached the NCB office at Ballard Estate in South Mumbai today, and so the central agency had booked him on the relevant sections of NDPS Act for possession, consumption, sale, purchase of banned drugs, and conspiracy. And so in between that, Munbun Damecha and Arbas Merchant appeared before NCB as part of bail conditions set by Bombay High Court, and so all of them, have made their presence, as per the bail conditions.
Yeah. Okay. Meanwhile, moving to the lady who never gets any attention and is always craving for attention. We're talking about Thappat Pannu. That's Tapsi Pannu. Tapsi Pannu says A-list actors refuse roles in her films and reveals the excuses they give. She with her because the sympathy, she once denied doing a film with her. A known Bollywood actor refused to do a film with her because the sympathy goes more to the girl in the end. Now, actor Thappat Pannu has played a scientist, a lawyer, a hockey player, a sharpshooter, and many other powerful roles in her career so far. The actress now opened up about how popular male actors refrain to share the frame with her. So you understand, friends. Now she's in a sympathy mode. Otherwise, she keeps changing her mode. So now she seems to be in a sympathy mode. In an interview with Vani Tripathi Tikku at the FICCI Global Young Leaders Summit, she talked about how A-list actors are hesitant about starring in women-led movies. She also said that even the new actors do not want to act in her movies. So indirectly, she's patting herself on the back because she portrays strong women. Apparently, that's what she's trying to convey. Now, she listed the excuses that the male actors make for not working with her. One actor refused to do a film in which he had a double role, saying, "एक तापसी को संभालना मुश्किल होता है, यहाँ तो दो है." There was another actor who was offered a film with me, and we had worked together before. So here, for just to translate this, an actor said that it's difficult to control one tapsi. So when there are two tapsis, it'll be very difficult. And he just said, "I don't want to do this film because actually the sympathy goes more to the girl in the end." It was a love story. I told him I expected a little more confidence and a sense of security in an actor like him. He has done way more films and is a bigger star. But that's a sad truth we are dealing with every day, she said. Every time I sit with my producers over a list of top 5 actors shortlisted for my films, those top 5 actors are the ones who have done just 1 or 2 films. And even they don't want the role because the system around them trains them not to do films in which their role is just 10%, she added. She was recently in Akash Khurana's Rashmi Rocket. She'll also be playing the lead in Loop Lapeta, a remake of the cult hit, the German film Run Lola Run. Tapsi is currently working on Shabash Mitu. Now, anyway, all these movies are for Arana boycott list. So we'll look at it as and when it comes. Yes, back to you.
Yeah, now a lot of questions have been, asking, like people are asking that has Sameerwankhede been really removed from the probe, and that so we'll confirm this news as soon as possible. And so meanwhile, Sameerwankhede's properties, lifestyle, they have come on the radar in connection with several allegations leveled against him. And social media users are debating over the brand of clothes that he has been wearing in various photos and etc. Now, Nawab Malik has brought allegations of extortion against the government official. To substantiate his allegations of extortion, Nawab Malik recently claimed that Sameerwankhede wore a trouser worth 1 lakh, shirt costing 70,000, and watches worth 25 to 50 lakhs. Now, while this debate over the price of his branded clothes is going on, Wankhede family members, including the NCB official, have spoken on the issue. Sameer Wankhede said Nawab Malik should go to Lokanwad area to check the price of his clothes. Meanwhile, his sister Yasmin said those watches that Nawab Malik mentioned were a gift from their mother. My mommy has gifted them all these watches, and to me also. These were purchased around 17 years back. My brother saves money the whole year to do shopping one day. He wears these clothes for entire year. He makes a list of what he wants and then he goes for shopping. Now, Yasmin also said that instead of raising questions over Samir Wankade's lifestyle, one should ask Nawab Malik's son-in-law, who travels in a Jaguar car, how he gets such kind of money. Now, Samir's wife, Kranti, said Samir's entire property belongs to his mother and it is definitely not worth 50 to 100 crore rupees. Samir owns them since 15 years of age onwards. All documents are produced to the government every year as per rules for civil servants. They are not Benami, Kranti tweeted. Now, this is the news from Samir's end. And so what do you think of us? Samir being allegedly
Yeah.
removed from
So
the court.
Karthik is
Yeah.
asking Samir out of the investigation whether we should confirm that. Now, see, he has not been removed, Karthik. He has asked for a transfer because he wants CBI to probe it. Now, in fact, now the Aryan Khan case will be probed by two NCB teams, which is Delhi and Mumbai in coordination. Okay, and also see now bear in mind that they are coming now directly under center.
Wait.
So if it, yeah,
Yeah,
center. See,
I'm
yeah,
just sharing a screen.
yeah, please,
Yeah, I'm just sharing a screen.
yeah,
1 second.
yeah,
Yeah, so this is just tweeted 47 minutes from ANI.
yeah,
So I have not been removed from investigation. It was my writ petition in the court that the matter be probed by a central agency. So
yes,
Aryan Khan case and Samir Khan case are being probed by Delhi's NCB's SIT, which is Special Investigation Team. It's a coordination between NCB
yeah,
teams of Delhi and Mumbai.
yeah, which is what
This
I
is
said.
what Samir
Yeah.
Wankade told ANI. It's just coming 47 minutes back.
Yes, this is what I just said, Jaydev.
Yeah.
So in which case, now here Karthik and all the others who are asking this question, this
Yes.
may be a better move because see, Nawab Malik and his people are targeting one individual. Okay, when the whole team comes into it, they don't have an individual to target. Okay, so if these people are very serious about what they're doing, then the whole team will be, and there will be no person to identify. What they're doing at the moment is witch hunting Samir and his whole family. So that can become worse in time. So if the whole team from center and from Maharashtra come into it, perhaps it will be much stronger. This is my hope and my wish. Let us see how it goes, Karthik. Yeah. Yes. So now moving on to the Anil Deshmukh case. No further evidence to back graft charges against Anil Deshmukh, Paramveer Singh tells the panel. Now, this is not Paramveer Singh. We haven't still found this absconder. In a letter addressed to Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray, soon after he was shunted out of as Mumbai Police Commissioner in March, Paramveer Singh had alleged that Deshmukh had set targets of up to rupees 100 crores for policemen to collect for him from restaurants and bars. Now, this former commissioner had informed a commission of inquiry headed by Justice Chandiwal that he had no further evidence to back the corruption allegations that he had made against Maharashtra's former Home Minister Deshmukh. The ED, late on Monday night, after questioning Deshmukh for over 12 hours at his office in connection with the money laundering and corruption case against him, in a letter addressed to Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray, soon after he was shunted out, Singh has alleged that Deshmukh had set targets of up to rupees 100 crores for policemen to collect for him from restaurants and bars. It was on the basis of this letter that the CBI registered an FIR after the Bombay High Court has asked it to conduct an inquiry into the matter. For the ED to probe a case, an FIR has to be registered against the person concerned. This CBI formed the basis of the ED investigation in the matter that subsequently led to Deshmukh's arrest. The Maharashtra government has also set up a commission to investigate allegations of corruption made by Singh. Singh, though a person who has his power of attorney, submitted an affidavit on October 22nd before the Chandiwal Commission probing his corruption allegations against Deshmukh, stating he does not have any further evidence to share in the matter. Special public prosecutor in the case, Shishir Hire, appearing for the inquiry commission, said Paramveer Singh has refused to give any further evidence in the case apart from the letter he has initially forwarded to the Maharashtra CM. He has said that the affidavits submitted by Vaze and ACP Sanjay Patil were enough and he had nothing further to add to it. Hire further added that Singh said he did not want to cross examine any witness or lead further evidence in connection with the corruption charges he had made earlier. Prior to this, during the earlier hearings of the Chandiwal Commission, Singh, through his lawyer, had sought adjournments and mentioned that he had challenged the scope of the commission before the Bombay HC. The HC dismissed his petition, stating it was not maintainable and asked him to approach CAT, which is the Central Administrative Tribunal. However, Singh did not appear before the commission, which eventually led to multiple summons and a bailable warrant being issued by the panel against him. The commission further imposed fines on Singh thrice, rupees 5,000 in June and rupees 25,000 each on two other occasions, for failing to appear before it. The CIT team that was to issue the summons informed the commission that they could not locate Singh either at his Mumbai or Chandigarh residences. In March this year, the Maharashtra government formed the one-member commission of retired Justice Kailash Uttamchand Chandiwal to probe Singh's allegations against Deshmukh. The next hearing in the case will be on November 22nd. I think that's also the date when Riya Chakravarti will be caught. So last week, two non-bailable warrants were also issued against Singh in Mumbai and neighboring Thane district in connection with different extortion cases registered at local police stations. Deshmukh resigned from the post of State Home Minister in April this year, and the NCP leader has repeatedly denied the allegations against him. Back to you, Jerry.
Yeah. So, meanwhile, Vijay Sethupathi, the actor, he's a Tamil actor. He was attacked at the Bangalore airport, and this video has went viral. And according to various sources, the incident occurred at the Bangalore airport on Wednesday. And so Vijay, who was dressed in a black and white checked shirt, was walking with security personnel when a man clothed in what appeared to be a white t-shirt appeared out of nowhere and severely attacked the actor from behind. Now, a person standing behind the actor was seen attempting to stop the attacker, but the attacker kicked Vijay Sethupathi, causing mayhem in the airport. Now, the attacker was quickly taken from the scene by the gunned security professionals, who also assured that the actor had a safe departure. Even though the incident was not serious, the unidentified man who was inebriated was being a nuisance. After a little spat between the two parties, the actor and his crew decided to depart. However, the individual is thought to have pursued the actor and attempted to kick him. So it's quite of a strange incident.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Back to almost every day, drugs are being seized in large numbers. A man was arrested over rupees 4 crore heroin seizure to be produced before Mumbai court today. A man who was arrested over seizure of heroin worth rupees 4 crores from Mumbai's International Courier Terminal, Sahar Cargo Complex, will be produced before the court today, informed NCB. A team of NCB Mumbai recovered and seized 700 grams of white-colored powder purported to be heroin at International Courier Terminal, Sahar Cargo Complex. During further follow-up action, NCB recorded the statement of the parcel's consignee, named Krishna Murari Prasad, resident of Vadodara, Gujarat, on Wednesday. Prasad was summoned to the NCB office, Mumbai office. The NCB on Thursday arrested a man from Gujarat in connection with the seizure of 700 grams of heroin valued at rupees 4 crores from the cargo complex near Mumbai airport. The NCB zonal unit had received a specific information about smuggling of drugs in a parcel at the International Courier Terminal at Sahar in suburban Mumbai, he said. Accordingly, a search was conducted at a conference hall in the complex on Monday, where NCB sleuths found 700 grams of white powder in a packet purported to be heroin, whose value is estimated at around 4 crores in the illicit market, the official said. A case under the Narcotics, Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act was registered, and the consignee of the parcel, Krishna Murari Prasad, a a resident of Vadodara, was summoned to record his statement at the NCB official in Mumbai on Thursday. After interrogation, he was placed under arrest, the official said, adding further probe was underway. Now, here, friends, I'd like to tell you that, see, just like any normal thing, for example, you're talking about milk or water, look at the way drugs are trickling into our country. And this is what Nawab Malik and Shah Rukh Khan and the rest of Bollywood want India to stop doing. The very fact that Sameerwankhede was discovering this and he was arresting so many peddlers and people who were, superstars' children and were being probed and arrested, the very fact is that they want to stop such officers, such honest officers, because they want this drug trade to flourish. Because that is where they get all this money to pay 12 lawyers, each lawyer more expensive than the other, to live lavish lifestyles, to go on these lavish cruises, which cost more than 1 lakh, and to go to, go on your private jets to little islands in the Caribbean. And all this money is made on the backs of middle class families. So make the middle class children addicts and go and enjoy your life. Well, this is not going to continue for long. That is our message, public's message to these people is that this is not going to continue for long. Every day, these drugs are going to be seized and the people are going to be caught and these rich kids are going to be arrested. So let us see how it goes. Yeah, back to you, Jerry.
Yeah, meanwhile, this is very big news, viewers, that India's richest man, Mukesh Ambani, now is reportedly moving to UK and set to divide time between London and Mumbai. Everyone wants to move away to the west, even the richest family. This is what the article states, the Ambanis. So, according to social media chatter, the business family will reportedly divide their time between the UK and Mumbai. And this has triggered plenty of reactions on social media. Now, some of it is like, what does it say about the state of union when Mukesh Ambani, India's richest person and one of the world's 10 richest billionaires, decides to set up base in the UK? Another one commented, how is the Reliance stock going to react to this? Indian HNI is leaving is a thing. Ambani putting 1 foot outside will send shockwaves. Now, Reliance Industries Limited chairman and managing director Mukesh Ambani is building a second home for himself and his family. Now, according to media report, the Ambanis are planning to shift base to 300-acre London property in Buckinghamshire, Stoke Park. Now, however, the family hasn't yet confirmed reports or made any comments. Citing unidentified sources, the media mentioned that Ambani spent most of their time during the lockdowns and pandemic inside their posh sky-high residence, Antilia, and so they decided to make their London property, which the Ambanis purchased at a staggering rupees 592 crores earlier this year, their primary home, and they have already started setting it up as per their needs.
Yeah. So I'll also give you something more on that, Jerry, about this new house.
Yes.
See, the new Stoke property has 49 bedrooms, a state-of-the-art medical facility, a shrine that replicates the one in their Mumbai house, Antilia, among other luxurious things. The family also flew down to their new home for Diwali this year, which they usually celebrate in their Mumbai High Tower, Antilia. After celebrating Diwali, the Ambanis will return to India and will fly back to their UK mansion next year in April once things have settled and are in place. The family has learned to have set up a mandir as well on the property and is expected to take 2 priests from Mumbai. The design of the shrine is similar to the ones in their Mumbai home and various Indian offices. Marble sculptures of Ganesha, Radhakrishna, and Hanuman were commissioned from a Rajasthan sculptor. Ambani's new property also has a mini hospital headed by a British doctor. But why the Stoke Park property is what we would ask. According to the report, the family wanted something more open in terms of space and nothing like their vertical building Antilia situated in Mumbai's posh locality. So the Ambanis started their hunt for the new home last year, and after locking the deal on Stoke Park Mansion, The work on fixing the 300-acre property as per their needs and requirement began in August. After 1908, the mansion, which used to be a private residence, was converted into a country club. According to media reports, the mansion was also featured in a James Bond film. Now, here, my question is, Jaydev, to the viewers as well, is that, see, why are the Ambanis moving out of India? He's one of the richest men in the world. Is there something more behind this? I'm sure there is. Because, the transparency of what is exactly happening in Mumbai has all come out with the Aryan drug cruise case. So I think there's much more to it. We can only wait and watch and see what's happening, because you remember what Sushant's diary had also revealed. So I'm sure there's much more in the offing, and this is just not a holiday, home for them, or there's something much more to it, to the story. Yeah, back to you.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and watch as to what will happen. There are going to be a lot of changes. I feel when, if and when they move to UK,
Mm.
Reliance stock is going to get stock price. I'm sure will get affected, in my
Yeah,
opinion. So
yeah,
meanwhile, in terms of the latest development there's one Shah Rukh Khan's manager Pooja Dadlani. Uh, there has been as the SIT has reportedly found the CCTV evidence of Shah Rukh Khan's manager Pooja Dadlani meeting KP Gosavi and Sam D'Souza in Lower Parel, Mumbai. Now, apparently, in the footage, Pooja's SUV was spotted in the area, which was mentioned in the affidavit by a witness, Prabhakar Sale. It is said that the team will register a case against KP Gosavi and will call Pooja Dadlani to record her statement. In the affidavit written by Prabhakar Sale, he claimed that Pooja Dadlani met KP Gosavi and Sam D'Souza in Lower Parel on October 3rd. The SIP scanned 10 to 15 CCTV footages and found one blue Mercedes which belongs to Pooja and two Innovas in the same area. It is said that Gosavi blackmailed SRK and asked him for rupees 25 crores to set his son free from the drug case. Now, out of 25 crores, rupees 8 crores was said to be paid to zonal head Sameerwankhede as per Prabhakar's statement. Now, on Wednesday, Sam D'Souza approached the Bombay High Court seeking pre-arrest bail and said Kiran Gosavi had taken rupees 50 lakhs from Shah Rukh Khan's manager, which is Pooja, to release Aryan Khan, but returned it after the star kid was arrested. Now, on October 2nd, around 8 p.m., the applicant was at Taj Presidency Fort with his business associates for dinner. And during that time, he received a call from Sunil Patel, who is the middleman, who informed him that a very influential person was arrested for drugs in Cordelia Cruz and requested the applicant to check and verify it. D'Souza's plea stated. Now, the plea further reads that Gosavi and Manish Banushadi thanked the applicant for helping them connect the NCB officials, and Gosavi informed the applicant that the influential person arrested was Aryan Khan. So, a lot of things going there,
yeah,
happening there. So,
yeah. Also, friends, there's a question, a doubt that's being raised by many. Meera, you have said that Sameerwankhede is not removed. He is also party along. Yes, very clearly, I have explained it in the news even before I read it, that this is news by News 18 and Friendly Media. He has not been removed. He's still the zonal director. He has asked for more agencies to come into it, and that's how these agencies are coming in. And he's still the zonal director, but he'll be in the background. Both the center and the state will be working together on this. So it's not a demotion, as these people have tried to show it. It's not like he's been thrown out, but that's how Friendly Media project news. You see how they carefully word it. Even if you look at Aryan's case, it will be Aryan is a child. He's only 23 when he's actually 26 years old. Okay, and he never came into the boat or the ship thinking that Arbaz would be there. A 15-year-old relationship with a man, and he comes in the same ship, and he doesn't know that this man is also on the same cruise. So this is all, see, this is the kind of talk or words that friendly media use. So this is the same thing. I think many of you have been asking that he's not been removed. Exactly, he's not been removed. He is still the zonal director, and he's still probing cases. But this case has been handed to a bigger, bigger agency, and a SIT is also being formed in this. So perhaps the news will be much better than what we expect now. So I'll just open the lines in case you'd like to join us.
Yes.
And happy Diwali to all. So let me just add you. So this is the link, friends. If you'd like to join, I've just pasted it below. So if you'd like to join us. Yeah. SRK is a so-called star. Yeah, only by paid media. Isn't a Bhartiya superstar. Yes. All Marathi news media giving this news that he's been removed. Yes, this is the same thing that I just explained now. Sameer will focus on more raids now. And very interestingly, Rafael has come out with a very interesting thing. This is another comment, but I'd like to go back to one of his comments. Apparently, our Sameerji is the only true Singham. Honest to the core, I'm sure he must have laughed at those jokers trying to bribe him in exchange. Rafael has written a very good thing about Ambani. I'm just looking for that. Let me just go back to what he's said before. Just a second. He says, for your information, drugs trade is financed by the top 20 intelligence agencies in the world. The deep state, in turn, is controlled by the shadow government, which is made up of 38 Satanists and criminals. Okay? So let me just go to some of his other tweets, comments. Let me guess why UK is involved. All these elites, not just Saluji, Daduji, have all possibly been granted diplomatic immunity, courtesy of UK royal family. So that's some of the, that's his version of what may be happening. So I think that it makes sense. Anyone who has DI status can never be legally arrested or convicted, giving them free rein to becoming criminals without reproach. Well said, Rafael. And Mrityunjaya says, Sameerwankhede ji hasn't been removed. Same thing. Yeah, many fake news are spreading it. Just like saying that Riya Chakravarti, India Today saying that Riya Chakravarti was like Sita Devi. So let us go to some other. Karthik says, if UK agrees to India's deportation rules, all these people have to look for other countries to flee. Now, see, I frankly think, Karthik and Rafael and all of you, I think that, see, this Aryan Khan case was leading to a very big thing, a very big nexus, which involved a lot of people. We're not talking about only Bollywood, we're talking about business people, many people being involved in it. And this has shaken them. And that's why you see the kind of activity that's going on and the kind of hounding they have done to Sameerwankhede. Everybody knows of Sameerwankhede's reputation. We don't need to speak about it further. For 1 month, we've been talking about only that. And his family members have also very clearly clarified his position. So, but in India, it's very clear that politicians go behind individuals. And if the individual is clean, they will rake up all sorts of, what you call fictional narratives around him and show him in a poor light. So he gets diverted. So instead of him getting diverted, he would have said that, see, you all be on the case. Let me be in the background. I can advise you. So that's what would have happened. Okay?
Yeah,
So
see, I'll just take a comment from Mickey. I feel the same way, Meena. Something is bigger to come. So
absolutely,
yes, definitely,
Mickey.
a lot of things will come. Mickey, especially, Fadnavas said that he will reveal something very big. Proving the links for Nawab Malik and his links to the underworld. So that will now soon be revealed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rafael also says, for your information, let me add, the 38 in shadow governments are about to be exposed by a French billionaire named Philippe Arguiller. He claims he has data banks on everyone, the richest and sickest billionaire criminals. Rafael, whatever information you're giving is very, very interesting. And I'm sure all of the viewers are reading your comments. At one point, try to come, I know you're based in Australia, try to come live with us and talk about this, because your information is really not only interesting, but also it is also educative. He also goes on to say, Agilia claims he has 20 years worth of evidence. He's also said those 38 billionaires planned 9/11 and COVID. Now, here I would also like to tell you, viewers, that you remember there was a picture of also Ambani with one eye covered. And you remember what is that one eye symbol, what it stands for. So I will not go further into that because we have covered that subject very well. Okay. So here my doubt is on that as well. And Karthik says, Meenaji, the toughest test of a character is when one gets the power. In that way, all these people have miserably failed. With great power comes great responsibility. Absolutely, Karthik, you're on the dot. RK says, couldn't agree more. Yes, he is still the NCB zonal director. Yeah. Leonardo says, we shall have the last laugh. Just keep boycotting Gutterwood mafias. Let the druggy beggars keep begging. Yes. Mickey says Sameer needs the backup for bringing an end to the drugs. He will have helped to get to the bottom of this and expose all behind it. Absolutely. Shilpa says, so is Ambani worried what SSR wrote in his diaries? I have a feeling it's, yes. Jaideep, can you take that? Can you read the comments? Okay, sorry. I was on mute. Thank you for reminding me. Let me just go back to an interesting point that Raphael has made. One eye is Illuminati, Freemasons. They are much lower on the rung of Satanists. By the way, another tidbit. MZ of FP, his SIL, is owner of Cannibal Club in California, where they murder kids and drink adrenochrome. Yeah, okay. Now let me go to some other. Yeah. Vinny says, ma'am, you remember Sachin Vaze, Ambani's house, scientists living in the same area. Do you think there is some connection? And with Ambani shifting to UK, is that a big secret behind this big move? Yes, Vinny, there is some connection. And you remember it was not only about the house, it was about the scientists. So there's something else involved there. So maybe about the security, as you know of India. I feel I really feel for Sameerwankhede, who worked hard. His goal for the country. Absolutely. See, all of us feel so disheartened when we work with passion and we don't get the backup that we need. But here there may be a bigger strategy, Patricia, involved in this. Jaya says, many so-called stars, paid media, the gang, so-called politicians, and some biggest businessmen has involved in these types of drugs cases, not only drugs case, but also many cases. This one is connected with, yes. Thank you, friends. Your comments are, very, very interesting. Now, Chitra says, Ambani is not scared. He will even pledge our country to become the richest man in this country. Yes. Here you're talking about the selfish nature of businessmen. One eye is Illuminati. Yeah, this I've already read. Very interesting one. Okay, Patricia says, Happy Diwali and Happy New Year to one and all. May the light of God bring good health, happiness, joy, laughter, and prosperity. to one and all. Thank you so much, Patricia. So kind of you. Chitra. We should pressurize CBI to openly declare their finding on SSR case. Yes, that's the next move you need to do now that Sameer can get some peace. Let me just take a few other. Yeah. Apurva says, Happy Diwali. I wore a sari, put on a bindi, and my husband and kids burst crackers. Someone complained to police. Police came and went. All kids started again. That to hear in USA. Well done, Apurva. Really, really nice to hear that. Mystic voice. I hope the new investigating officer who's coming to probe is wise enough to wear old and ragged clothes to evade the probing eyes of Malik. I hope he wears a beggar's dress, as you say, Mystic voice. Meera, it's indeed sad to know that people have short memory and started watching Suryavanshi. No, it's not that, Meera. It's actually they are lying to the public. It's not doing well at all. You remember, see, when Amir Khan came out with the movie Dangal, it did not do well in India. He said that it did very well in China. It was only to convert, black money into white money. That's it. So this is the intention. Absolutely nothing else in mind. Raphael says, yes, well, when there is an honest line among jackals and hyenas, jealousy runs rife. Yes. Patricia, I really feel for Sameerwankhede. Yes. Thank you, Manavi. It is our festival, and we're also happy. Like it's every day, people, neighbors exchanging gifts and sweets. And my mother, it's very strange, because my mother gets a lot of these gift boxes. She's 87 years old, and she keeps sending all these sweets to our houses. And whatever we have, we keep sending there, to her house. So what happens is there's so much exchange of gifts. It's a fun time. Thank you so much. Raphael says, sad to say, I even saw a pic of SSR coming one eye. I hope it didn't mean he was caught. No, he was not. So let's not go into that. Okay, Sameer has not been removed. Yes, this is what we clarified, Vasanti. Karthik, it's not easy to boycott so easily. It took me a couple of months to totally ban. It will happen slow and very steady. Yes. US has declared Diwali Day as a public holiday. Yes. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Nitin Jai. Yes. So I think Anuradha says, okay, India, can we relook who are the global young leaders? Exactly. Let's choose our heroes carefully. Absolutely. Well said, Anuradha. Gloria, good evening, Gloria. Karthik, don't be surprised if Thappat Panu is seen hugging Tapsi worked with Dhanush, one of India's leading actors. She's so full of herself, Chitra. Yes, very true. Raising questions on Sameerwankhade's clothes, haha. See the mentality of Nawab Malik. Absolutely. Seema Joshi. Har Har Mahadev, Sameerji himself demanded the handover. Yes, that's the truth. Bindu, ma'am, Ambani spent Diwali in London in a 49-bedroom mansion, 300-acre property, 592 crore mansion. I mean, are they ashamed to live like this, belonging to India, which was millions of poor? If they had a conscience, Bindu, they wouldn't do such things. At least they'd care for the people. One thing I'd like to mention here to everybody, when Puneet Rajkumar died, son of the great actor Rajkumar of Kannada movies, he has done so many things for people that you cannot imagine. So many orphanages, so many schools. If you look at the list, it's mind-boggling. That's how a person who has money should do something. Return to society and give back what he has earned. But how many people in Bollywood do that? They just keep on making money and making others slaves. So that's the kind of philosophy that people in Bollywood have. Ma'am, we'll ask Ambani to take us all to UK. Lol. It's not the same UK. Manavi, more power to Sameerji. Yes. Even though the creator of Covishield ran off to UK, he claims he was being threatened. But it is all lies. They just want to live in their opulence and let the common man child suffer. Mrityunjaya, Mohit will expose tomorrow about Bangarwala. I hope Kirit Somayaja will also expose them as well. What do you mean by covering one eye by SSR? Okay, let's leave it at that. I think that's all for today, friends. So, uh, good night, and again, a very happy Diwali to all of you. I mean, it's really a joy listening to you and seeing your comments. So, I'll see you tomorrow for another session. Good night.